Have no fear, the Dougster's here. Welcome to another episode of Dougster Wolverine Garage. Today, we're finally going to install the CRT SHIFT PACK that I won on a Wilburn Live, and Lars, LP94, and JB's Little Shop drew the names. And I was lucky enough to receive it. So I got it. It's right here. So eventually we're going to be putting this in a valve body. So made a parts order. So I won this. I got a filter, a gasket, and a kit. And then made a parts order with Cope at CRT. I got a front seal, rear seal, a part throttle kickdown module, and truck specific locking dipstick and tube. And he gave me the gasket. I got a cheap 3-inch deep pan with a drain plug. It's just a cheap Speedmaster, I think. I still got to get the extension for the deep sump, so that'll be in a future order. And then I started to pull the valve body apart already, so that's what that is, my bag and tag. Let's go into the shop. And there is some of the damage. Transmission valve bodies out on my little workbench, and then we are apart, and I'm going to start furthering dismantling. I don't even have the separator plate out yet, so I'll check back in a little bit more soon. So I've been removing and bagging and tagging, and that's what I do. Bag and tag, bag and tag, bag and tag. But I've got everything separated to its 3 pieces. The lower valve body separator plate, which this is the first time I'm taking it off. Yum. Good news, it doesn't smell burned, it just smells old. I mean, lightly burned, but not like concernable. But there's the lower, there's our mid plate, and then here is my upper. We're going to start playing around with all that and upgrading and cleaning. But first, everything's going to get clean. Super clean. All right, more soon. So upon further inspection, June of '67 is the valve body, and so that's pretty cool. And then the separator plate I got good and wiped down on both sides. Now that black stuff, a lot of it come off. And then I'm going to clean. I still got to strip this down, but I'm ready to start cleaning this. And there's a lot of schmoo down in the channels and whatnot. So all right, gonna continue on more soon. Well, we've begun dismantling the valve body. I've got all this hauled out, so now I'm going to take the boost or whatever it is apart and start getting that all cleaned up and laid out, and yeah, more soon. Taking my time, cleaning stuff, carefully placing it. Just, yeah, I'm almost there. Got 2 more valves. I got 1 to pull out of here, and then I got to dismantle this. And then I'll have it apart. Everything's nice and tidy. Oh, there's my part throttle kickdown module upgrade, so I got extra parts now. Yeah, upgrade. All right, more soon. We are completely apart now. The whole upper has been dismantled, and it's all in pieces and parts here. So this is I've got everything real wiped down clean. I still gotta polish all the valves, and they've got some rust and stuff on them, so I'm glad I'm going to be polishing them up. And then the upper and lower are going to get bath time, and then I'm probably going to flat sand everything to get rid of any variances if it warped or anything over the years. So rub-a-dub-dub, some trans parts in the tub. More soon. Longtime Wolverine Garage viewers will know how much I like to clean carburetors with Pine Sol. Well, no exception here. We got the hot tub rolling. And yeah, gonna have to turn it, of course, to get coverage. For the most part, I think I'll get all in the middle when I have it sitting in all four positions, and this will get turned and all sorts of fun stuff. But yep, we're starting to get stuff clean. More soon. Upper half is just out of the hot tub and looking clean. Very clean. Let's get some light. There you go. I mean, yeah, there and up in there, but you know what? Compared to what it was, this is great. So it's really hot. Oh yeah, still really hot. But that's good old Pine Sol and water. Whew, it's hot. And then got her all cleaned out and looking good. That was caked full of some rusty schmoo, and some of the bores, you can still see some staining. There was some crusty rust. This thing had sat mothballed for years outside, so I'm not surprised. But got addressed just a little bit of rust on the valves, but I'm sure that'll all polish out. But not anything really staggering. So yeah, all clean and very hot. Whew. Oh. So at least that's done. And then that still has some more to do, but we're looking pretty good so far. So, all right, more soon. Well, we got the parts out of the pots dumped out, cleaned out, put away, and this is cooled off to where I can touch it, and she's a lot better than she was. She was really dirty, and boiling it in that Pine Sol really made a difference. There's some stuff I'm still going to attack and clean up. I'm not done, but it's far better than it was. So next operation is going to be sanding both the upper and the lower to make sure they're completely true and flat. So that's up next. More soon. So now that we've got everything nice and clean, and I'm going to flat sand both the upper and the lower, and I use a Sharpie to do that instead of dike them to lay it all out. So I'm getting started on the lower, and then here is the upper already laid out. So as I sand it, I'll know where my high and low spots are, if I have any at all. And we're going like 3 grits, 180 grit, 220 or yeah, 180, 220, and 320. And get that all on a piece of glass so it's nice and flat and true. And yeah, we'll get them all tuned in. So a little more coloring to go. Yay, color time! And all right, more soon. All right, there we are, all colored in. Next process. I've begun flat sanding. I've begun flat sanding the upper valve body piece, and here, check it out. Breathing protection. Metallosis is no joke. Aluminum dust is not good for you. Wear something. So, as I've worked at it a little bit, it's kind of cupped. And I'm working my way towards the center, so I'm glad I laid it out. Now I know. Nice. All right, more soon. It looks way better on camera, but we're getting somewhere. There's still a shadow in here and up in here. So a little more work to do with the rough grit, and then we'll be ready to move on to the lower. So things are looking good. They look better on camera than they do to the naked eye. So, all right, more soon. Right in there and there. Otherwise, we're looking really minty. We're getting there. More soon. It took a long minute, but I got her, and that's all done in the 180. So now we're going to move on to the lower and keep this ball rolling. More soon. So you see where the high spots are now in the whole center. It's, once again, it's kind of cupped. So we're just going to keep working at her. This just barely fits on my sandpaper. Squeaky. We're getting somewhere. Growing. More soon. All right, after much sanding and a sandpaper change, we still got that shadow there. So we're working at it. We're getting there. It's going to be a lot more just to take care of that. So more soon. After a very long time of sanding, I still have a dark spot here, but it's better. But yeah, this isn't fun. But it needs to be done, and I'm getting really close. It is encouraging, but Yep, slow goings. More soon. So here is the upper and the lower, sanded out in 180 grit, and it's late and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go turn in for the night. But 2 more grits to go, and the next will go pretty simple because all the hard work is done. It's all downhill from here, guys. More soon. Here we are, buffed out or sanded out in 220, and I ended up I need big sheets. All the 320 that I had was adhesive discs, like 6-inch, 5-inch. So instead of that, I went and bought some 400 grit sheet, and we're gonna final sand it with 400 grit. So she's looking really good, guys. Really good. All right. Final sand coming up. And here we are, sanded out in 400 because they didn't have 320. And yes, looking good, I might say. So now it's another bath, and then I got to polish the valves. So next up is valve polishing. More soon. Okay, we're back upstairs, and now I'm working with the separator plate, and I have to drill that there and that there to 5/32 because I have the earlier valve plate. It's got the triangle here, and this hole's already big, so I just need to drill these two. All right, more soon. And 2 holes are drilled, and I took a file and I took the edge down on the back side. So performance mods have begun. All right, more soon. Well, happy Friday. Uh, got the valves almost all polished except for this right here. Otherwise, everything else is polished. Nice and shiny. Using the drill when I can. And red Scotch-Brite. And just like John says, work on the center of it. Don't keep pay attention and keep the sharp corners. That's what keeps the valves clean. So as they slide, that's what keeps all the shmoo at bay. So, yep, looking pretty good. More soon. Well, valves are all polished, and I'm about ready to make the modification where you drill this wall down about half the distance from floor up. Like Cope says, it's like 200 thousandths. Well, you take this, and it's the plate off of this side, right there. That's where that normally goes, but you can use it as a template. And then you put it right over that right there, center it, tighten your thing down, hit it with your center punch, and then drill. And just take your time, and you'll be fine. At least that's what Cope's telling me, so more soon. You can barely see it. There it is. There's my modification. About halfway down. Thanks to that handy guide. And now I got to do a really good cleaning, and we will begin reassembly. How nice. A lot of work to get here. All right, more soon. Assembly has begun. Going to put the center bolts in here and this plate on, and then we're going to, assembly has begun. More soon. And with this in place, now the centerpiece, the mid plate is on the bottom, and then we're all set here, And I was going to turn my attentions to this, but I missed a step. I have to modify one of the valves before I can assemble. So that's what we're going to be working on next. And then once we get that done, then we can continue to build. So slight modification, more soon. Well, now it's tomorrow, and I got the throttle kickdown valve trimmed to 9/32. Had to grind this back, and we're ready for installation. So now we can resume valve body assembly. More soon. Build has begun. Already used my CRT yellow spring in the kickdown valve, and then using my CRT red spring here. And then, so I got the 3 valves loaded and marching forward. More soon. Squishing that spring down to put that on, to attach that little screw. That was no fun. Be careful. If you move wrong, springs go flying. So, yeah, we got that together, so we're moving forward. More soon. And we've got the boost valve installed. Nice. Moving forward, now it's time to put in some shift valves. Got the shuttle valve in right there, and then the 1, 2, and the first, second, and the 2, 3, and I'll put a blocker rod in there, and well, the screws in the plate. So yeah, we're getting closer. More soon. Got my valves installed. I got my red spring replacing the stock one, and then I got my regular spring. This is supposed to help balance it so they shift at the same pressure, and then that's all together. And then I've got mine's early and didn't come with the trans kickdown module, so now I've got the kickdown module, so I'm going to be putting the kickdown module on. So all right, this thing's gonna be awesome. More soon. All right, super stoked. Speed parts, yeah. All right, let's keep this ball moving. Hey, the parts pile's getting lower. Nice. More soon. Ooh, we got check balls. So we're all check balled up in the proper spots on my valve body. I don't have the big spring and ball here. So now it's time to reunite our upper and our lower. And they're going to fit real nice. So let's get them together, shall we? Look at that! It's starting to look like a valve body again. And the parts pile keeps going down. All right, more soon. And drum roll, please. There she is, almost assembled. I'd have the rooster comb on it already if I hadn't had trouble installing the detent spring here that actually holds your gear as you go through your selection. And I had it wrong, and twing, it went that way. So I gotta go look for it. Otherwise, I have to order one from Cope. But no big deal. But other than that, we are assembled. Yes, we are assembled. And I couldn't be happier. And yes, John Wilburn was right. If you can build a carburetor, you can build a valve body. It's a little more complex. The sanding took a long time, but it was pretty rewarding. I'm very happy where I'm at, and it looks way better. So, see if I can't go on a hunt and go find that detent spring. So, more soon? Yeah, more soon. It's been a few days and I still can't find that dadgum spring. Big surprise there. Sounds like I was supposed to have a pink spring supplied in my kit for just that and didn't have it. So either I misplaced it or something. Anyways, I'm gonna have to order one from Cope. So for right now, that's all there is for the CRT Shift Pack valve body install. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was actually a lot of fun and a great learning experience. And I hope this thing hits hard in second gear. So thanks for watching. Check out more content right here on Wolverine Garage. Bye.